going to ask you guys, what's your favorite?
Well, look, if we can go ahead and get the skyhook out of the way, because it's the most dominant individual move in the history of the game.
Right.
I mean, completely dominated the league for years. The all-time greatest scorer, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But if it's about a guy's signature move, who has a better signature move than our own Steve Smith? That Smitty hesitation dribble, you talk about cooking people. and then the best part is, like, it's next generation for so many guys. I'll never forget when I saw Keon Dooling do it when he got in the league. And I was like, yo, even a little guard was trying to mimic the move when Smitty did. And Smitty's 6'8" doing it.
Right.
So that makes it even more ridiculous. But I think if you haven't seen anybody else do it before him, you know, you can go back and look at reams of tape from the 60s, whatever. Nobody had that move perfected the way Smitty did. That little hesitation dribble where he left his defender looking that direction. He's going to the bucket and finishing the way you saw.
I just want to give Smitty his love. When I came into the league in 2001, I knew it was coming. Like, I knew it. I studied it. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. And I'm waiting, and he hit me with it. And he scored. I remember Nate McMillan looked at me and was like, what did we just talk about? I'm a rookie. I'm running down the court. GP is cussing me out. He was my teammate in Seattle. I'm like, I just thought like I had it. I'm sorry. You know, I'm only 21. But for me, it's MJ. Like the MJ fadeaway. Growing up in the Jordan era where the shoes were everything, the wristband, the way he chewed gum, and people forget he wore a gold chain sometimes in the dunk contest, right? But the MJ fadeaway, we all practiced it as kids. We practiced it, and we all got subbed out because we couldn't do it. You know, sit down, shooting air balls, but I had my moment where I wore, like, you know, the knee brace on my calf, hit him with the MJ fadeaway, shot an air ball, and I thought I was fresh until it missed the entire rim. You know, got subbed out, you know, got chewed out again. Maybe that's like reputation for me. Like, repetition, we always get in trouble trying to do something. For me, it's MJ.
That's hilarious.
I bet you the MJ fadeaway has ended a lot of high school basketball careers probably in the last 30 years, too. You know, guys who thought they were good.
Right.
You can do it in the gym. It looks great when you're playing pickup. But when you get out in the game and the coach sees you do it, come on over here, sit down next to me.
Yes, I would agree.
Have a seat.
How about Dirk Nowitzki, the one-legged fadeaway?
That's another one. And really,
unstoppable. He's a 7-footer.
You think about some of these moves, Steph. That's a move that a whole generation of players, much like the MJ fadeaway, not just a couple guys tried to master it. An entire generation of players. You think about Kevin Durant, LeBron, all these guys who are still playing now. They've tried to master an unstoppable move. And for Dirk, at 7 feet tall, he kicks that leg up. Who's going to get back there with that trajectory? That's his shot.
There's nothing you can do with that.
It's a brilliant move. If you hit the leg, it's a foul. And you know, it's a clean shot, so he mastered it, and he was the best at it.
Well, he's got the heir apparent, if you will, in Dallas. We've been talking about quite a bit in Luka Doncic, so we're going to dive into that a little bit more on the other side of this break. Luka Doncic, third in scoring, second in assists in the NBA. His offensive prowess will be tested tonight against some tough defensive-minded Clippers who have 11 appearances combined on the All-NBA defensive team. A career night. This was just Sunday against the Pelicans. Montrezl Harrell did this. 34 points, and yes, not only did it tie a career high, but it was off of the bench. Very efficient, 13 for 18 from the field. Ended up with a double-double with those 12 boards and 2 block shots. And in fact, our own Dennis Scott had a chance to catch up with him. Let's listen in.
All right, thanks, guys. Here with Montrezl. Montrezl career high the other night coming off the bench. Take me through this season and how you're coming off the bench on fire right now.
I mean, I'm just playing my game, really, and just doing what the defense really gives. But, you know, I'm around a lot of talented guys who score the ball well, and they draw a lot of attention, you know. So I just do the best that I can to be able to get those guys open as possible. And, you know, I'm just doing a great job of reaping the benefits off of that.
Speaking of the benefits, Luka Doncic, everyone's talking about him. But KP, Porzingis, you might have to guard every night. How do you slow his length down tonight?
I mean, he's a guy that's, you know, has a lot of height, and he definitely can score a variety of ways. But it's just about getting under and making him uncomfortable or playing physical with him. I think that's going to be the big part with it, just being able to be physical with him, just not letting him get to his spots comfortable, and just trying to take away what he does best. We know he wants to pop and shoot the three, but he's going to have to put the ball down a little bit at night, and he's going to have to play a little bit differently, I think, than what he's supposed to, really.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Stay dripping.
That's right, Dennis. Commentating on the drip like only 3D can. All right, so you heard from Montrezl. He talks about his teammates, right? He has a lot of weapons around him. How else are you able to come off of the bench and score 30-some points? Can that stay successful for the entire season?
I don't know if you can score at that high level, but I think the energy that Montrezl Harrell plays with is what sets him apart from other bench guys. He's coming in and changing the entire complexion of a game by just outrunning people, out-hustling people, playing with more of a grind. And, you know, you think it's not a skill until you see it in the NBA and see that this guy's been doing this since he was in Louisville. He's always been a guy who outplayed, outworked the other big across from him, and now he's doing it at this level.
You're a true Midwesterner. I heard how you said that. Say it again for the people at home.
Louisville?
That's
that
right.
How you say
That's
it?
the proper way to say it, everybody.
Hey, I'm from Kansas City, so I'm rolling with that.
Exactly.
So we talk about Trez. He said energy. Energy is a skill. And people think it's shooting, it's passing, it's jumping. Well, the energy provides you with an X factor, and he's the X factor. But I want to give some love to Rico Hines, the assistant coach of the Sacramento Kings, who started with Siakam years ago. In his summer, guess who he had in the gym with Siakam? Montrez. Right. So you see the impact he has at UCLA with the runs and private workouts and getting him better. But he plays with a different fire underneath him, and it's infectious. It forces you to play aggressive. It forces you to want to be a part of it. I'm summertime watching him play, seeing Montrez play the same way in pickup he plays in the game. I want to get out there and play. Right. And then I realize I'm 40, I can't. It's impossible, but he makes you sweat. He makes you want to get on the same team and go to war with him and fight. And the Clippers have that off the bench in a lot of different ways.
Love that. Speaking of same team, Dennis Scott, are you available? 3D,
hey.
There you are. What up,
There he
D?
is.
Looking good.
Velvet Tuesdays.
It's Velvet Tuesdays. I always forget. I'm going to catch you one Tuesday and match you up. All right, so you are there on the court in Dallas. So much to talk about. We just showed you talking to Montrezl Harrell. What's your impression on this Clippers team early?
Well, I just love their togetherness. And we know Paul George only been back a few games, but just watching how they interact, the chemistry, everyone is playing for one another. And a lot of people wonder, would Lou Williams still be able to be Lou Williams scoring the ball off the bench? Well, Lou Williams is still being Lou Williams. People wondered, could Montrez still be Montrez? Well, Montrez had his career high the other night. So the way the ball is moving, once again, Doc Rivers is preaching the right sermon. So far, everyone's buying into it. Stay healthy. I like the move what the Clippers are doing.
3D, Lou Williams and Montrez provide such a different spark off that Clippers bench. How have they adjusted to having Paul George and Kawhi Leonard now as those first-line guys, and as opposed to, you know, being able to come off and really be the catalyst for this Clippers team? Now they're coming off and just extending leads or trying to hold leads.
Well, Sekou, you bring up a great point. I talked to Lou Williams a month ago when we did center court here on Tuesday nights, and he talked about how Paul George and how Kawhi Leonard wanted to come to the Clippers because he was there, because Montrez was there, and they wanted them to play their games. We've already seen a couple of nights where Kawhi hadn't shot the ball pretty well, but Lou Williams and Montrez come off the bench and extend their energy and extend their play. So Doc Rivers, believe it or not, guys, is in a good place. Doesn't want to get too happy right now because it's early in the season, but he likes the way the flow and the chemistry is coming together.
3D, I have a question for you. Talk about the other side of the game. I want to talk about the Mavericks. With a young team, hope is so important. You know, you got to hope. You have to build that hope in the locker room that you can turn the corner. I'm starting to sense that hope is becoming more of a reality for them earlier than they expected. How do you see their locker room and their belief just exploding through the roof?
It's that last word, belief. They believe in what Luka Doncic is doing. They believe in what Porzingis is doing quietly because Luka's getting so much credit, rightfully so, averaging a triple-double here early in the season, playing lights-out basketball. But being at practice yesterday and watching the camaraderie, watching guys, you know, joke around, you know, just the locker room's being real loose. And last but not least, Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle's been around great players and loves Luka's feel. So right now the ball's in Luka's hands a lot. You see Finney Smith, you see Tim Hardaway Jr., you see guys like that starting to knock down shots. They believe in what's happening right now.
Dennis, I know you're going to be working the game tonight for our center court broadcast. So I've been in your position before. What is the story you're most looking forward to sharing with the viewers, something you'll be watching out for tonight?
Well, tonight it's going to be the bench. How deep does Dallas's bench go tonight to try to get a big victory? Because we know the Clippers are coming in playing great defense. The bench is real key because we know how good the Clipper bench is.
Excellent. All right, thank you. I'm going to catch up with you, I promise, on the Velvet Tuesdays. I'm going to make it.
Hey, catch up.
Looking good, Mr. Carter. Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Always so much fun having Dennis on. All right, so I got something for you, Earl, because you have something for them. Hook us up. We're comparing who to who.
Well, you talk about pick and rolls in the game of basketball, how it's changing quickly. The Clippers have players who sometimes you will see Doc want to call a play, but they just know how to play basketball. That's the luxury. They have that depth and that knowledge. Let's come up and let's check out Lou Will with Kawhi Leonard. Stop it right there. You got P.J. Tucker shoulders to the sideline. It should be to the half-court line. That gives Lou the angle. He's a master scorer off the glass. It's easy for him, easy money. Come again. Now he slips out. Once again, they catch P.J. Tucker, 0.5 seconds. Pick and pop, slip out, Kawhi with the jump shot. They keep running these plays. Doc is trying to call timeout. Lou Will said, not today. I'll see a semi-transition break. I'm going to pull up for three. P.J. doesn't show. He just got burned twice. Make them pay. Cash money. And we've seen this before in Toronto. Kawhi going right for the game winner. Lou Wills now is going to be the screener. No one shows. It gives him enough space in the shoulder and the chest. Grown man move. Big time shot over one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA, and P.J. Tucker. And I coach P.J. Tucker. He is dynamic. He's awesome. He's strong. But you got Kawhi Leonard, who is stronger and bigger. You know, tough defense, great shot.
All right, so what did you see that you like, Sekou, from Lou Williams?
Listen, it boggles the mind to see how easily Lou Williams scores on whoever is in front of him. He looks so slight, you just assume he would have a hard time with physical, you know, somebody being physical, bumping him. But he gets to the basket, he gets in the lane, he gets pull-ups, he gets threes, he gets wherever he wants on the court for his sweet spots, which if there's a guy at his size who's got a sweet spot all over the court, I don't know how you guard him. I don't know who you would assign to try and slow him down when he's coming off with that second unit and beating you in ways that those first unit guys can't.
Yeah, I think you have to trap him. You have to make him a passer. But now the Clippers are so deep. If they pass, they can kick out. And Montrez is an underrated secondary passer. Lou will come off the pick and roll, pocket pass to Montrez. Montrez weak side corner three with his pass. So the vision is growing. But this Clipper team is tough. Yeah. I don't expect them to win the West, but I expect them to compete in the playoffs for winning the West because of what? Load management.
The magic phrase in the NBA this season. All right, Kristaps Porzingis arriving. And look what he's wearing, guys.
Okay.
The Bobby shirt.
Bovine.
Okay, guy.
And he wants to make sure that we see it. I love that.
Represent.
Kristaps Porzingis hoping he and Luka Doncic can get it done. True test for them tonight. From one big man to another, Shaquille O'Neal is a versatile personality. He provides analysis and hijinks on Inside the NBA on TNT.